Hello and welcome to another Flamingo Friday. So every Friday I'm going to flamingo somebody's homepage, advert, email or other piece of marketing gubbins. I'm going to go through what's good, in my humble but largely correct opinion, and what's not so good. I'm not going to pull any punches, but I'm not going to be mean. It's going to be best practice based on what I know works for me and my clients. I have helped my superheroes improve their marketing so it brings better results for them. And I've also written private copy for my private clients as well that has made them, hundreds of thousands of pounds and possibly more. Sometimes I will choose something that I've seen while I'm reading or browsing or out and about, and sometimes it'll be a website that I've visited that's totally infuriated me. And on occasion, I will publicly critique something that you, the general public, send me. If you're paying me, you get a private critique. If you are asking me to do this as part of Flamingo Friday, then everybody gets to see it, so it's only for the brave. Today, we're going to be looking at Carrie's website. She has sent me an explanation of who her ideal client is and a link to her homepage, so let's take a look and see how she can improve it. Hi Carrie, thank you for sending me your website and being willing for me to do a public critique on it. Okay, so Carrie offers dog walking adventures, dog training and behavioural stuff, and a luxury 5-star cat sitting service. I have 2 cats who I love more than is probably socially acceptable, and that appeals to me already. So your ideal customer, I love this, shops at Waitrose and M&S, love it, so got a bit of money, family with kids, maybe executive of own company, sees their pets as a luxury and entitlement, very important, over 40 years old, enjoys holidays abroad a few times a year, has weekend mini breaks. Okay, so you need to do, first of all, a lot more work on your ideal customer avatar. This is a really super start because you've got a little bit of kind of what motivates people in there. But I want you to go really deep. What are they afraid of? What are they frustrated by? What about people in your industry really pisses them off and worries them? And there's going to be a lot of stuff. So you need to put together a really super detailed avatar of all of the kind of many things that people are going to be stressed and frightened and motivated by, and what they want out of life as well. So what do they want out of, there's a lot, you can go a lot deeper with this than what's than this, because when people entrust you with their pets, they are entrusting you with actually quite a lot of stuff, because I would imagine that for some of your clients you're going into their houses and all of that kind of thing, so there's a really deep level of trust there. When I get somebody to come and look after my sheeps, then I'm giving them a key to my house. I'm trusting them not to go rooting through my belongings, and that's quite a big thing. So your main offer is dog training. Let's have a look. Okay, this is actually not bad overall. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to improve it, and it's going to sound like I'm totally ripping it to bits, but overall it's not bad. I've seen far worse. So this is what we call above the fold. This is the first thing that a visitor sees when they land on your homepage. You've got a call to action above the fold, which is good. However, it's not a great call to action. There's other things you can do, and I'll come to that in a moment. But a couple of things that jump out at me immediately. This is quite difficult to read. Bear in mind, and it took me ages before I even noticed those things up there, because they're barely readable at all. Words over pictures are very difficult to read, and people won't bother. They'll just scroll straight down. They'll either bounce straight off because I don't really know what I'm doing here, or they'll scroll straight down. So you need to change this. This is the kind of thing that web designers love because it looks really pretty. It's the kind of thing that direct response people like me, who are interested in getting results and sales for their clients, hate, because I know perfectly well that people are at best going to find this difficult to read and it's going to frustrate them, and at worst they're not going to bother reading it at all and they're just going to bounce straight off. The second thing is that all caps is difficult to read as well, and the reason behind that is that all capital letters are a uniform shape and size. We don't actually read words by the letter, we read them by the shape of the word and the context, and it's quite complicated. We don't look at it and go ultimate. We read based on the shape of the word as well as what the letters are, which is why the letters don't need to be necessarily in the right order. And there's been studies on that. So typos and things aren't actually that much of a problem when it comes to readability. This is a problem. It's difficult to read. So change that straight away. My suggestion for you would be to not worry about all of this clutter up here, because this is just distracting from the message. That's nice and discreet, so I haven't really got a problem with that being up there. But what I would do with this is split the header into 2. Have a picture, if you must have a picture, up here. And I love this picture, so, I haven't got a problem with that. And it looks like dogs having fun. So I would have a picture up here, and then on this side, you want a small headline, your offer and your call to action. So, and I'll come to that in a moment, because at the moment that call to action's not strong enough, because it's just contact Carrie today. It's like, well, why am I going to do that? I haven't got a reason to do that. So I'll come to that in a minute. The headline itself, it needs to give me a reason to read on. So you've got about 10 seconds when I arrive on your website, between 10 and 20 seconds for me to figure out that I'm in the right place and that, that you can do something for me. So consider these 3 questions. You've already told me that your main focus is dog training. So your main offer is dog training. At the moment, I don't get that from here, because you've got ultimate dog services, which is really vague. It doesn't say anything. Friendly, reliable, trustworthy. Should go without saying. This is a common problem that I see with people when they're looking for their USPs. They'll talk about being friendly, reliable and trustworthy. That's a minimum requirement of doing business. And I know that a lot of businesses are just crap when it comes to that stuff. So it seems like it should elevate you, but actually your USP is something that sets you apart from everybody else. So you really need to think about that. What is it that truly makes you different? Friendly, reliable, trustworthy, not good enough. That should go without saying. It's also a total waste of this prime real estate here. So you've got dog training, dog walking adventures and pet care services in Coventry here. Again, there's not enough information, and I'm not getting that your main offer, the main thing that you're interested in is the dog training here. So my suggestion to you would be, once you've fixed this top bit and you've got like a picture and then your offer and call to action, and I will come back to that, when you start scrolling down, I would then have a headline and then go into a bit of blurb about, are you interested in training or are you interested in dog walking? And then you can send people to the right place, or possibly even just ignore the dog walking aspect altogether, because you can talk about that elsewhere on your website. If your main offer is dog training, that's what your homepage needs to focus on. So there's a thing called that I call the MWA, and it's called the most wanted action. What do you most want people to do when they're on your homepage? And this goes for any of your website pages, by the way, but I'm critiquing your homepage here, I'm not doing your whole website. So what's the most wanted action? What's the most valuable thing somebody can do when they are on your page? It might be contact you, but actually I doubt it, because dog training it's not a small purchase, and it's not something that you buy on a whim. It's not something that you buy straight off the page. People are going to want a lot more information from you before they contact you and say, I want to employ you or work with you to fix my dog problems. So what's the most wanted action? And you can get to that by thinking about this. What's your offer? And when I say offer here, I mean something that's going to give people a reason to contact you, because just contact Carrie today, that's not enough. There's, why would I want to do that, and what's going to happen after I do, and all the rest of it. So you need to be really super clear about it. I would suggest having something like a downloadable PDF or a video guide for subscribers only. And I saw something pretty cool down here. So games on our YouTube page. This stuff is really cool. All of your blog stuff, all this is really good. I got no problem with this at all. And this can sit on your homepage quite far down, as you've got it at the moment. But what we want is for you to have something that you can offer right at the top of the page to entice me to sign up for your emails, because you should be getting me on your email list. And, getting me interested in what you can offer and building that relationship so that I know that you're someone that I can trust to fix my dog problems. So what can you offer people that's of high value to me, but low cost to you to produce? It might be a video guide that's just for subscribers. It might be some special games that are just for subscribers. It might be a PDF. If you think of the main problem that there's going to be one problem that people come to you for with their dogs more than anything else. So, for example, it might be that most of your clients come to you first with like a barking problem, or most of your clients come to you first with a chewing problem, whichever that is. And you can do some, you should be able to find that out from just doing a little bit of research into your own customers. Find out what the main problem is and produce something that will help people solve that problem. So a guide or a how-to sheet or something that will get people into your world, signed up to your emails, and give them a reason to get in touch. Just having contact Carrie today, and I clicked on it and it goes to your contact page, that's not enough, because then, I've got to do more work, and it's like, this is a cool picture, but then I've got to do more work. I've got to give you my name and email address, that's fine, subject and message. It's like, well, why? What's my reason for contacting you? There has to be something behind it, It might be that you could offer a free 15-minute Skype consultation. That would be a reasonable thing to get people to sign up for, because that's a valuable thing, and it'll help to weed out the tiger. Because if you're going to do that, I would suggest that you pop a quick questionnaire up to weed out the people that you don't want to be working with. So that's my first point for the top of the page. It needs to be really clear. You need a really clear offer to get people to contact you or sign up or do the most wanted action, whatever that most wanted action is. The second thing that I noticed was this. This is super difficult to read. It's really pale, it's quite small, and you've already told me that your ideal customer is aged 40 or over. When you hit 40, your eyesight starts to deteriorate. So this kind of thing is actually very difficult because it's quite a pale grey on a white background. This is easy to read. This is not. So you need to look at this font. Even if I make it bigger, actually if I make it bigger, that's much better because for some reason it changed colour as well. So I'm just going to put that back to 100%, and yeah, that's difficult. This is confusing as well. So I've got 3 different things to click on here. Whereas what I want is the most wanted action. Everything on this homepage, or certainly everything at the top portion of this homepage, should be geared towards getting me as the visitor to do the most valuable thing for you. So you need a headline down here below. So you've got a picture here, little headline and call to action here to sign up for whatever it is that you've got on offer to solve the biggest problem, that I've got as a dog owner. Then you're going to want a headline here that says very clearly what you're offering, what your service is. So dog training and the problem and how it's going to solve the problems that I've got. And then how it's going to make my life better. So your 3 questions that you need to ask yourself are, what's your offer? How will it make my life better? As in the customer's life better, and how do I buy it? That's the 3 most important things that you want on your homepage. And this doesn't really do that job at the moment. So you need a headline, a bit of blurb about the benefits, how is your dog training going to make my life better? Why choose you as opposed to somebody else, all the rest of it. So you need to work on your USP. And then how do I buy it? How do I get your dog training? What's the first thing? Do I have to jump through any hoops? Can I just book you? Can I just come to a class? What is it? It might be that, how do I buy it? You could have a couple of buttons down here. So dog training classes, private sessions, and it might be that that's how you split those out. And that's fine. Having 2 buttons, sending people to different places is a good idea because then you don't have to try and put all of the information on one page, which is exactly what you don't want to do. People sometimes look at their homepages like, I need to stick all of the information that I know about my business in this place. And then it becomes like the kitchen drawer of doom. You don't want that because people are just going to kind of look at it and go, holy shit, I don't even know where to start, and they're going to run. So having 2 big buttons down here, dog training classes, private training sessions, that will immediately weed out the different, funnel the different types of people in the different direction. So that's what you can do there. And then underneath that, this is a good idea to have your testimonials. That's great. If you can have more detailed testimonials, video testimonials, that's even better. This is good, our latest blog posts, because you can, answer people's questions, which is nice. If you haven't read the book They Ask You Answer, read it. And then down here, find more games on our YouTube page. That's a really good thing as well, although this video is huge. I think maybe you need to look at how the spacing is set out and stuff. The other thing I don't like, and this is just a personal thing, this weird band follows me all the way down. I don't like it. If you can get rid of that, I would, because it's actually quite distracting and it doesn't add anything. It's what you want the page to do is draw people down in such a way that they're going to be led to taking the action that you want them to take. And if this is up here distracting them, it's not serving your purpose. It's not doing you any favours. And then down at the bottom, you've got a contact page. A contact form. I wouldn't bother with that. I would get rid of that entirely. Just leave that on your contact page and reiterate your call to action again here. You want your call to action at several points throughout the page. And when I say call to action, that's the most wanted action that you want people to take, which I would suggest is offering somebody something for free and trying to get them to, onto your email list so that you can keep in touch with them. So that's quite a lot of information that I've just thrown at you. You might want to watch this video a few times, make a few changes, see how you get on. But I guarantee if you make some of these changes, you will find that your web pages, your homepage works far harder for you, and you'll be far more likely to get people landing on your page, staying on it, and then going where you want them to go. So thanks again for sending it in, and I will see you around. So that was a super high level critique on Carrie's website, on Carrie's homepage. Carrie, try the stuff that I've suggested. Everybody else, try the stuff that I've suggested as well. Find out what works and then improve it, and let me know how you get on and what results you get, please. I'd really like to know. If you would like me to do a really in-depth critique privately for your eyes only, you can book one for £350 plus VAT. Just drop me an email with the subject line "critique me," or you can join the superheroes and, you know, get 2 critiques a month included in your membership, which is a bargain. The link to join the superheroes is in the video description. If you're not on my email list already, then join my email list. Go to vickyfraser.com. Otherwise, I will see you same time next Friday. Bye.